Goodwill brings to you the weekly share market update dated the 22nd of July, 2023. Talking about the corporate segment, we have Torrent Power on Wednesday said one of its subsidiaries has commissioned a 115-megawatt wind project in Devbhoomi Dwarka district of Gujarat. Torrent Solar Gen was awarded the project through a competitive bidding under Solar Energy Corporation of India. The company signed a power purchase agreement for a period of 25 years with SECI, which has a back-to-back power sale agreement with Haryana. With the addition of 115-megawatt wind power, Torrent Power's installed renewable capacity has reached 1.18 gigawatt, and total generation to 4.2 gigawatt. Torrent Power, with a turnover of 25,694 rupees crore, is the integrated power utility of Torrent Group. It has presence across the entire power value chain of generation, transmission, and distribution. Tata Motors-owned Jaguar Land Rover is set to announce plans to build a flagship electric car battery plant in the UK, according to UK media reports on Tuesday. The BBC reported that people familiar with the matter said the new plant in Somerset, southwest England, would be officially announced on Wednesday. The investment could lead to the creation of up to 9,000 jobs around Bridgewater in Somerset. However, its significance is pitched as a big boost for the UK's car manufacturing sector as it transitions from petrol and diesel to making electric vehicles. Batteries typically account for more than half of the value of an electric vehicle, so a reliable supply is expected to be vital for the future of the UK car industry. Rail Vikas Nigam Limited and Russian Rail Infra Major Transmisholding on July 18 announced their decision to form a joint venture to manufacture Vande Bharat trains. A share purchase agreement has been signed between RVNL subsidiary Kinet Railway Solutions Limited. The agreement details that RVNL holds 25% of the share, joint stock company Metro Wagon Mash holds 70% of the share, and joint stock company Locomotive Electronic Systems holds 5%. Earlier this year, Russia's CJSC Transmisholding and Rail Vikas Nigam Limited consortium emerged as the lowest bidder for a Rs 58,000 crore contract to manufacture and maintain 200 Vande Bharat trains. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs has issued an inspection order against Shree Cement, the cement maker said in a regulatory filing on July 19, days after reports claimed that the company is under the scanner for alleged tax evasion. In response to the reports published on June 24, Shree Cement had then issued a statement to news agency Reuters, saying, "We are extending full cooperation with the Income Tax Department for the ongoing survey. The survey is yet to conclude, and we dismiss the speculative reports about tax evasion." As a responsible corporate citizen, Shree Cement follows the highest corporate governance standards, it added. India's IDFC First Bank is looking to raise 20 billion rupees, $243.84 million, in equity capital in the second half of the current financial year. The fundraise follows a reverse merger between parent IDFC Limited and IDFC First Bank announced earlier this month. IDFC First Bank has board approval to raise 40 billion rupees. The remaining amount of about 20 billion rupees will be raised in the second half, the source, who declined to be identified as discussions are private. Shares of the lender have gained 33% so far this year compared to the Nifty Banking Index, which is up 6.4%. Over the past 3 years, IDFC Bank has brought down its bad loans and accelerated deposit accretion to strengthen its fundamentals, allowing it to raise institutional capital with ease. The digital engineering and cloud transformation partner signed definitive agreement to acquire US-based BizAnalytica, a premier data cloud and modernization solutions provider. The strategic acquisition will bolster Mastech's global data cloud services and generative AI capabilities, and grant access to a talented pool of qualified data architects and scientists. The Anil Agarwal company is seeking to sell ESL Steel Limited, formerly known as Electra Steel Steels Limited, after acquiring the asset for 5,320 Indian rupees crore, through a bankruptcy resolution process 5 years ago. A previous attempt to sell the asset in late December failed as certain approvals, including environmental clearance and expansion plan, were still pending, turning prospective buyers cautious. Vedanta Resources Limited, owned by Indian billionaire Anil Agarwal, said it's in an advanced stage, of talks to regain control of a Zambian copper mining complex, for years after it was seized by the government. Vedanta is alive to the fact that the talks have taken a little longer than initially anticipated. The dispute has resulted in a slump in production. Vedanta has pledged to invest $1 billion in the assets to double annual integrated production to 100,000 tons of copper, with the potential to boost to 200,000 tons in the medium term. Production troubles at Konkala have contributed to Zambia's falling copper output. The Finance Ministry sees national output of the metal falling to 682,431 tons this year from 763,550 tons in 2022. Patanjali Foods Limited on Saturday said that the shareholding of its promoters has come down to 73.82%, after the sale of their shares on July 13 to 14 to meet SEBI norms on public float. To meet the SEBI's minimum public shareholding norm of 25%, Patanjali Ayurved, one of the promoters, has sold 253,39,640 equity shares of Patanjali Foods through offer for sale route. The shares sold represented 7% of the total issued and paid-up equity share capital of the company. In a regulatory filing, Patanjali Foods said that the shareholding of the promoter and members of promoter group in the company has reduced from 80.82% of the paid-up equity share capital of the company to 73.82%. The utilities company has recorded consolidated profit at 290 rupees crore for quarter ending June financial year 2024, declining 48.3% year-on-year despite healthy operating performance, dented by higher finance cost and high base due to exceptional gain of 120 rupees crore in quarter 1, financial year 2023. Revenue from operations fell 3.25% year-on-year to 2,928 rupees crore during the quarter as incremental revenue from Mitra and renewable capacity additions was offset by lower realization in thermal assets on account of decline in coal prices. Indo-Wind Energy has moved up by 36.82% this week with a change of 3.7 points. It has traded with a net volume of 22 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 13.75 against the previous closing price of 10.05. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 11.2, which is a good indication for the stock. Till Works has moved up by 27.51% this week with a change of 42 points. It has traded with a net volume of 19,000 shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 197 against the previous closing price of 154.65. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 143.05, which is a good indication for the stock. DB Corp Limited has moved up by 24.92% this week with a change of 46 points. It has traded with a net volume of 15.7 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 230.6 against the previous closing price of 184.6. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 162.3, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 237.2 points this week. The Nifty 50 retreated with more than a % loss for first time in last 7 consecutive sessions, and closed off record highs on July 21. At final, the index dropped 234 points or 1.17% to 19,745, and formed bearish candlestick pattern on the daily charts, breaking below 5-day EMA. 19,769, for first time in couple of weeks. On the weekly scale, the index has seen formation of bullish candlestick pattern with long upper shadow on the daily charts, indicating profit booking at higher levels, but continued making higher highs, for 17th straight week indicating the momentum can continue. The index is likely to take a support at 19,700 and if the said support gets broken, then 19,350 can be area of crucial support, while the resistance remains at 19,800 to 20,000 zone. Bank Nifty also corrected but nicely defended the 46,000 mark, falling 112 points to 46,075, and formed dodgy kind of candlestick pattern on the daily charts indicating indecisiveness among bulls and bears about future market trend. During the week, the Bank Nifty has formed long bullish candlestick pattern with minor upper and lower shadows on the weekly charts, as the index rallied 1,256 points or 2.8%. The lower end support for Bank Nifty is placed at 45,900. If the index falls towards this level and holds, it may act as a support, preventing further downside. On the other hand, the upside resistance is visible at the 46,350 to 46,400 levels. You can contact us from the details mentioned on the screen via a call, WhatsApp, or email. Thank you for listening the video to the end. Please do like, share, and subscribe the video for the latest updates in the market.